The little nib just broke off that there, which is a little disappointing. Hi, I hope you're all well. If you're new around here, hello, it's lovely to meet you, and if you are returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name's Alanna, I'm a 36-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that is where my accent is from. And on this channel we predominantly talk all things beauty, skincare, haircare, lifestyle, travel-y, bloggery, vloggery bullshit, but with a liberal sprinkling of sarcasm and some might say cynicism thrown in on top. You might be able to tell by the time we get into this video, I completely and utterly forgot to film an intro for this, so this is a little last minute, and the video is all about a little bit of a life update, kind of get ready with me, trying some new stuff that I've been sent and what I think of it, all that kind of pish. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then let's just get into it. Oh, word of warning too, I do like the odd sweary word on this channel. If that's not your kind of thing, completely feel free to vacate at any point, but if it does sound like your kind of thing, give a little thumbs up, subscription buttons in the corner, all that other YouTuber crap. So I don't really know where I'm going with this today, but I'm going to start off because I figured this is slightly zoomed out so I can show you my little burner here with some scents and candles and pish like that, because I have been, it's the time of year, isn't it? You want to fucking light some candles. Burners, I still quite like a burner. I know it's still a candle, it's still got a candle inside it, but I do like a burner. You know, oh, my cats are fighting. Can you see them? Will you two behave yourself, please? Look at Pebbles with a big mouthful of white fur. She's a little menace, to be honest with you. Poor Molly, she was just sleeping there. Anyway, so, smoking matches. This is Michaela McDade's company. It's in conjunction with her friend. They started a company for scents and homewares and candles and stuff like that. And I bought the candle Coffee Shop that is currently in my kitchen. And I also bought Good Morning, I want to say, which was like more of a, I would say more of a spring scent. Nice fresh morning smell. And this is obviously the melts instead. And in my living room, I've got burning September. So like September, but embers, you know, blah, blah, blah. Really, really nice. This one in particular, I'm really enjoying. It is that kind of nice autumnal, like cozy scent. But it is like a coffee scent, but also has like a pumpkin spice scent to it as well. I'm just reading it there as well. It says pumpkin spice latte from our favourite coffee shop. I wonder which one that is. I always loved Costa Better. I've always liked Costa Better. And this time of year, they do a maple syrup or a maple something latte. It's quite nice too. It is nice. A little sweeter. They're both very sweet, but it is quite nice too. And then the September one that says that it is a crisp, cozy, rainy day, which I really, really like. It is a little bit fresher, a little bit hint of some sort of citrus there, I want to say. It's really, really nice as well though, and I really, really like that in my living room. So now that I've got that out of the way, shall we zoom you in a little bit and put something on my face? I got another basic bitch mug as well, so I'm just gonna have a little drink of that too. So like I said, I don't really know where I'm going with this. We're just gonna start. I have been sent a few new bits and pieces. I got sent over some stuff from Urban Decay. I got sent over some stuff from Violette FR. Is it Violette FR? France, I would just say, just France. And I picked up a few new bits from ELF as well. I have skincare on already, but I'm just gonna give my face a little rub because I feel like as if maybe I had a little bit too much oil going on in my eyes there. I did get sent this from Dermatica as well, which is their vitamin C fresh batch, oh my god, too many R's. Fresh batch ascorbic acid. If you know me, I have went round and round in circles with vitamin C's. I have tried many over the years, and I have to be honest with you, every time I try them, I just get a bit like, could take it or leave it. I'm really not that fussy for vitamin C. So I'm going to be honest with you, I think this I'm just going to pass on to someone else. I really, really enjoyed the sunscreen from them. I also enjoyed the, was it azelaic acid from them? Very, very nice. Totally forgot there to say, I am affiliated with Dermatica. I hopefully have already put it on the screen somewhere. And I really, really enjoy the monthly system, which I get my tretinoin in. But this, I'm not even going to bother trying it because just me, vitamin C, it's just not something that we've ever been hand in hand. We've tried for many years, but you sometimes have to just realise that that is not the relationship for you. It doesn't do anything bad to my skin. I just feel a little bit like I could take it or leave it, if I'm honest with you. So I'm going to pass this on. Oh, another thing I wanted to tell you about was I got myself a new planner because I'm one of those dicks that's like, you know, oh, it's September, October, it's the start of a new year, but obviously like a school year, and I suppose it depends when you start your school year, but it's always been something in my mind that like September, October is like a fresh start. The seasons have changed. I know they obviously change in like fucking spring and all that kind of stuff too, but I feel like that's a real obvious season change. At the moment, I know some people down south will be like, oh, there's a heat wave. Not in Scotland, no. I mean, it's warmer than I would expect for October, but it's pissing with rain constantly. It's actually not too bad today, but you know, it's been pissing with rain. So bad that there was floods at the weekend. So anyway, and I feel like as if there's a real obvious change in the season. The leaves fall off the trees. It's like, I can start putting on my nice cozy jumpers, all that kind of stuff. I do really like this time of year. I do also really enjoy spring, because then it feels like as if, thank Christ, we're coming out of this now, because as I've already said, lasts a very long time in Scotland. We might be in darkness for about 10 months now. So, got myself a new wee planner. Now, I've spoke before about bullet journaling and all that kind of stuff on here. I haven't done that the last couple of years, pretty much since Jack came along. It's been unable to be done, because you cannot sit and like draw out everything. If you done it really simply, right, you could. But even at that, I cannot see myself sitting down every single Sunday night, especially if maybe I'm working on the Sunday, like sitting down and planning out the rest of my week. It is not an option. So the last couple of years I've just bought ones that are already ready made. However, this time I picked up one from personalplanner.com. I did pick up one of these years ago, and I ordered it like, you know, straight up like January to January, blah, blah, blah. This time I personalised it a little bit more. So I've got it starting from October, but also I only have it running till June, I want to say. July. It finishes up in July. So I thought that was the best thing to do, because as I say, as it comes into the kind of autumnal months, I like a reset, a restart. Some people love it at the start of the year, like January 1st, new planner. I very much feel it more at this time of year. So I got a new one. And also because I did mention about having a new job. I haven't went into any great detail. I am going to explain it in this video as I'm doing my makeup. But I just needed something to be able to organise a bit more. So this has monthly layouts, and it then has weekly layouts. Oh, the ISO is going to go crazy because this is white and I'm not. And then it has like weekly layouts like so. I don't think there's very much going on that week. But I'm able, the thing that I like about this as well is you can obviously personalise it to yourself, but I can put in from like 6 AM till 11 PM, things like that, which is good for me, because at the moment when I am still doing shifts, my shifts run from 7 till 7:30. Night and day shift, and I just thought it was really useful. I also put in a little workout tracker at the bottom here, a little tracker with like the boxes if you want to monitor your water intake, all that kind of stuff. And then at the back I added in monthly habit trackers here, so you can get it for each month. And I also got a little cleaning schedule put in at the back, which actually I find very, very useful as well. So it like says here something like hoover, mop the floors, clean the toilets, and you can tick it and you can put it in for each week, so it doesn't have dates on it. So again, you can make it very personal to you. I think after that I just got dot grid. Oh no, tell a lie. I got this little packing list put in as well, because we do like to go away places, so I thought that would be quite useful for when we're packing, and we are going away in November. But this is me trying to organise for the new job that I may or may not have. I will explain that now as I go in to do my makeup, because I've had a lot of people asking questions, and a lot of people, God bless you, are so kind. You've checked in on me on Instagram and stuff, and like, and just hope life's okay. You've been a bit quiet. The reason why I have been a bit quiet isn't because anything bad is happening. It's just because life is busy. Life is so busy. I have an 18-month-old. He is full of beans. He loves doing loads of stuff all the time. It is very, very difficult to then be like, oh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit down and do a video. He's having a nap as we speak at the moment. He may wake up through this. I might not get to finish this video. Such is life. I'm just taking the Vive palette, by the way, the Essentials one. I'm going to put a little bit of colour through the crease here. And basically, life is just busy, busy, busy. And I feel like... Who is buzzing my buzzer? Because I have not ordered anything and my child is asleep. Turns out Alan ordered something. God, heaven forbid he's allowed to order something, the amount of stuff that comes to the door for me. But, yeah, so that's what I was like, see if he wakes up that baby. Oh my God, we're just literally talking about that. Anyway, so life is just busy. So then obviously I had applied for 2 jobs back in, I want to say July, August time. And basically applied for jobs that were promotional roles. I've been doing my job now for 9 years, almost a decade, you know, and I'm kind of like ready to just move on to that next step. And unfortunately, where I work at the moment, there wasn't really any scope to do that, because while I was on maternity, some of those promotional roles were given out, and that's nobody's fault. And I could have applied for them while I was on maternity. It's nobody's fault at all. It's just I kind of was like, not in that frame of mind. I've just had my first baby. It wasn't really on my radar to be like, do you know what I'm going to do is go and start applying for promotional roles while I'm, you know, 5 months postpartum or whatever it was. So I just didn't do it. So nobody to blame but myself. But however, in the August, I thought, do you know what? No, I'm going to actually move on from here. I need to start doing something else. Now, many of you might know, but some of you might not. I am a type 1 diabetic and have been for, we're going on 26 years this year? This month anyway, the 21st of October will be, I think, 26 years. 25 years? I need to work this out. 25 years this October. So, I've been diabetic for a very, very long time. I am also on an insulin pump and I am on a closed loop system, which means that my sensor tells my pump what is going on with my blood sugars and adapts them accordingly by giving me more or less insulin. But I do still need to take insulin when I'm eating, because obviously it doesn't know how much I'm eating or when I'm eating. So I had to punch that stuff in. But I am so up to date with all of the kind of forefront of technology with regards to diabetes, and I came into nursing 12 years ago. Is that right? 9 plus 3 is 12, is that right? Because my goal was to become a diabetic nurse. And I have applied for the job a couple of times before. Way back in 2020, before the pandemic, I had applied for the job. I never got it, and I was really, really hurt and upset that I'd never got it. But it was the first time I'd went for it, and I thought, you know what, can live and learn, blah, blah, blah. Then the pandemic hit, which put everything on hold. And then obviously I went off on maternity and I've had Jack. I feel like I've lost 3 years of my career, basically, which is, again, nobody's fault. I'm sure there's many women feel that way, and it's shit because you could be in a higher role than you are, but you have to stop to have the children and all that kind of stuff. So I really feel like I've lost 3 years worth of my career. And now I'm like, no, I need to get back in the game here. I need to do stuff. So I feel I've been a bit more focused with stuff like that. And that's just what it is. The jobs that I applied for diabetic specialist role again, did not get it. And then applied for a different role altogether in a completely different setting. And again, it was going to be a promotional role and it would be advising like a team of people. And basically it's just so far removed from what I've done before. But I got it. I got that job and essentially I was due to start it November. However, while that was going on and I was working my notice, I then got told that another diabetic specialist role was coming up, and I was approached by a few different people kind of saying like, why are you not going for that again? This is like your dream job. Why are you not going for it? And I was like, because I'm working my notice. Like, I'd made my peace. I hadn't got it again. I'd made my peace. However, in the back of my mind, I was like, if I don't go for this, I'm going to regret it, aren't I? Anyway, I'm going to just stick some new stuff on my eyeballs while we're here. I got this parcel from Urban Decay here. This was sent in PR. They sent me their Hydromaniac blushes. Now, they sent me one in Drippin', which was like this crazy pink colour. Hope you can see that there. They also sent me one in Wrecked, which I feel is a little bit more like mauve colour. And then they sent me this one, which is Obsessed, which I am slightly obsessed with. It is a really nice kind of rusty orange almost. It looks a little pink on the viewfinder when I'm looking at it, but I think it's more of like a rust, almost like matches my hair colour. That's what I would say. They also sent me a little mini of the All Nighter setting spray, which was very kind. And then they sent me this as well, which is the, what do you call it? Space Cowboy Moondust eyeshadow. I have it in the original packaging. I have it, oh god, must be 10 years old now. And it's funny, I put up on Instagram like 2 swatches of them side by side. And I asked people, what do you think is the new one and what do you think is the old one? The majority of people thought the older one was the new one. I think it's because the older one now just basically has glitter. There's not a lot of pigment left, whereas this one has a bit of both still. So I'm going to stick this across the middle of my eyeballs. It's still very, very nice. Let me zoom you in while I'm doing it. So as you can see, just put a little mustardy moment on the outskirts of my eyes there to match my frock, basically. I'm just going to use my fingers to do this. I think you'll have all seen Space Cowboy before. If not, this is really, really nice on its own as well. This is not new to me. And it is a very, very nice one to just put as a bit of a shimmer across the lid on its own as well. It's a really, really nice neutral everyday, but gives you a little bit of something. It's very pretty. It's very nice, isn't it? So yeah, as I was saying, the job came up again, and I actually went to speak to the people, which I have done before, to get feedback and things with regards to why I haven't managed to get the job before. Usually it has just came down to the fact there has been somebody with that little bit more experience. There's been somebody who's already working in that area, etc., which is fine, and there's nothing really you can do about that. So I said to them, basically this time, like cap in hand, I'm on my knees here. I actually already have another job to go to, and it is also a band 6, which is like a level up from what I do. I said, I already have that job and I am currently working my notice, but I'm here to tell you, I want this job more. I said to them, like, this is my dream job. This is what I want to do. This is why I came into nursing. And I know you can't tell me whether or not I would be suitable applicant for the job, but this will be my 4th time applying, I think. I've had 2 interviews for it before, and I've applied a total of 4 times, including this time round. So I said to them, this would be my 4th time applying. I'm desperate for the job, blah, blah, blah. And then I spoke to the person who is the kind of lead for that area. They advised to come in to do some shadow shifts and what have you, which I have done now. And I have applied for the job. I don't know if I've got it. I don't even know if I've got an interview yet. So that's where things are at the moment. I am in between a rock and a hard place. But thankfully, the way it's working out, because my start date for my new job that I actually got is like mid-November. So here's my hope that I will find out if I am successful in the diabetic role before then. So if it doesn't go to plan, I will still have another job to go to. But life has just been busy and busy taken up with things like that. Things like just making sure that I'm doing fun things with Jack every day. He's just changing and growing so much all the time. And sometimes I just cannot be arsed to sit down and like play with new makeup and stuff like that at the moment. It's just been really difficult because I don't get enough time to do it, and I'm just like, oh, trying to squeeze it in a little bit is not successful at the moment. I just put on a little bit of the Merit 1980 brow there, by the way. So a little sparkle across the eye. Next thing I'm going to show you is from GenSee. Hold on, can you see? Came in this really cute little like pouch here. I'm hoping you, I should probably zoom you out a little bit. Hold on. Came in this really cute like lilac pouch. So they have now released their cruise liners, which are basically like these little eyeliners here. They've got 3 metallic and 3 matte. Oh, what are the names again? Where are they? Where are they? I got stickers and all that as well with it, and I can't find them at this point in time. So I got sent Miami, Bangkok, and New York City, or NYC. NYC is a black one, I'm sure. Bangkok is pink. That's Bangkok there. They're actually very, very nice packaging. It's in that like lilac packaging again. New York, as I say, is just a black there. And Miami, I'm sure, is like a green. So as I was saying, there's 3 metallic and 3 mattes. I think the other matte one is called Los Angeles. It's a brown one. I can't remember what the other one is. Is it a lilac one that's maybe a matte? I know there's a copper one. No, that's Los Angeles. I'm going to just draw it on my hand here. It's incredibly soft and really nice and metallic there. I'm hoping you can see that. It's quite pigmented as well. It's got a nice pop to it. However, the Miami one, which is the green one and is also a metallic, I find is not as metallic. Is this a metallic or is this a matte? I have to question myself because I'm like, it's almost like a satin. That's it there. And next to that, that definitely looks matte, doesn't it? I'm just double checking. It doesn't say on it if this is a metallic one or not. And I'm just not sure if the green one is supposed to be matte or if it's supposed to be sheeny, because it's more like a satin. It's definitely got a little bit of a sheen to it, but not like the pink one. And then the black one, New York City or NYC, is really, really matte. Oh no. The little nib just broke off that there, which is a little disappointing. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. I find this is incredibly matte. I think it is very, very pigmented for a black. However, when I used this the other day, I was trying to do like a soft smoky wing. I found it very, very hard to blend. Like I would put it on, then went into work on one side, and by the time I got to the other side, it was like, phew. So I think that they stay put really well. And certainly when I've swatched them on my hand before, it's taken quite a bit of washing my hand to get them off. But I am not blown away with these yet, I have to say. And I've seen other people using them and I think they look really good. The pink one is beautiful, although for this time of year, I wouldn't be reaching for this kind of colour. The green one, again, really, really nice colour. Love that. but maybe more Christmas time I'll reach for it. I just feel like the colour palette here is not one that I'm going to be reaching for. I don't know. I think there's probably cheaper options out there that probably do the same. I'm not blown away by this launch from GenSee, I have to say. I feel like the last few times when I spoke about GenSee, I've been a little bit negative. I don't mean it badly. I'm kind of like, okay, like, fine. And there's nothing that they've released that I'm like, wow, can't wait to get my hands on that. Not at the moment anyway. I really was looking forward to those liquid ones that I spoke about before. I think I spoke about it on Instagram. But the lilac and the linen one, like, they were both just totally like wishy-washy on my eyes. There was no point to them. But that's because of my skin tone. Other people would disagree. I also picked up recently this from e.l.f. It's the Luminous Putty Blush, but it's in Belize, I think. Yeah, Belize, which is a beautiful, like, sheeny peach colour. On my skin though, actually, let's put this one on first. I just feel like it doesn't really come to anything. Let's do this one first and then we can, because I've actually got 3 lots of blushers to show you and I'm not going to be washing my face. So this is it here. There, you can see it, right? You can see it, but I feel like it's quite a subtle wash. It's pretty and it leaves this gorgeous glow. Nice, nice. And I really like the Luminous Putty blushes. I've got Isle de Sol, which is a really like pop orange pink. I think again, it's just because I like quite a high colour blush. But let us take this one from Urban Decay, the Obsessed one. I'm going to just put it on the back of my hand so you can see. These are very liquidy. Can you see that? Is it running down my hand? Not quite, but I think if I squeezed out more, like it would run down the back of my hand. It's very, very liquidy. I'm just going to tap that one out on the back of my hand so you can see what it's like a little more sheared out. That is it there. I think these are quite interesting. They're obviously meant to be like, they're giving you dew, they're giving you glow, but also quite good for maybe dry skin because it's like hydrating. But I feel like they do keep a decent colour, but also sheer out enough that they're not too scary. Does that make sense? Like, that's me shearing out at the back of my hand. So I'm going to say, I don't think these ones you could run away with yourself. You know how sometimes like the Rare Beauty ones, they are very, very highly pigmented and you would be a bit like, oh, I've used too much there. However, these ones, I don't think that would happen. See, like they sheer out very, very easily. I'm just going to take a little bit more because I feel like for me, it doesn't really pop the way it looks like. You know, when you've got it on your face, it doesn't quite look as crazy. It's nice. I find this is a funny launch for Urban Decay at this time of year. This feels like a summer launch. This feels like a summer product, like that watercolour, that barely there, but buildable and also quite pigmented and dewy, and you know, you've just had that sun-kissed look. I feel like this is very much more of a summer type of launch. I thought it was a funny one that they were sending out and getting feedback on at the moment, and I think they're available at the moment. But I did think this feels like a funny launch for this time of year. I just popped it on there, maybe brought it down a little too far. But yeah, I mean, I think they're nice. I do like this colour. I think it's gorgeous. And I think in the summer, I would be like, oh, love it, amazing. However, for this time of year, I'm a bit like, again, I could give or take this. I'm not that fussy. It's really, really pink. And then that's the mauve one there. You can see they keep quite a nice sheen, but on the cheek, it's not too much. I don't know how you feel about it. I'm kind of like, okay. And maybe I just feel like there's just so many things like this on the market now that I'm not sure. I mean, I think that is really pretty. I do think that's very, very pretty. But I just feel a little bit like if this was launched going into summer, I'd be much more excited about it. At this time of year, I want richer berry tones or like more kind of warm orangey rust tones. I'm not wanting fresh, you know, juicy colour on my cheeks, and I feel like that's what these give. So that's where I'm sitting on that one. But I think they're nice, but I'm a little bit like, I think I would be more excited about them if it was a different time of year. Space Cowboy, however, it's a classic, legend, cannot beat it. I'm just using a bit of the Milk bronzer. Still been using that loads. I absolutely love it. And especially going into this time of year, I still think it does a really, really nice job. Keeps things kind of warm and toasty, but not leaning into being like super duper bronzy. It's just a nice kind of shaper for my face and my big old double chin right there. See, I feel like as well, with the kind of colours that I want to put on my face at the moment, the bronzer just melts in a little bit easier to warmer kind of rich tones. I think that's what I'm looking to say. More rich tones than the juicy ones. But this bronzer is brilliant. So there's been that. There's been my mum got married. I had a lot of stuff going on with regards to that. I had another wedding to go to for a friend. I feel like, in all honesty, I've barely seen real life friends at the moment, never mind speaking to people on here. It's so tough, and you feel a bit shit because you're like, I don't have time for anybody, like I don't have time to talk to anybody. There's not enough hours in the day. And it's so hard because you do want to be there for your friends, your family, acquaintances, other things like that. You want to be there for people like even yourselves, like followers and subscribers and stuff like that. You want to kind of be there because, as I've said before, I get so much positivity and such good responses, and I love sitting making a YouTube video. It makes me feel really good, like just having a little bit of a vent and a little bit of time just to blow off some steam. I can't find my little sponge. Left it over there. I just put a glossy stretch on, by the way. But I feel like as if I want to make time to do these things, but sometimes life just doesn't allow for it. And do you know what? That's not a bad thing. It's not because you're a bad person or anything like that. Like, I know that within myself. It's just because time is not, like, there's not enough hours in the day, as I said. There's just not enough time to do things. So at the moment, my priorities have been trying to sort out my work, trying to sort out a new job, making sure Jack is fine. Like, I feel like my own relationship sometimes, you know, you need to take time for that, and I've not been able to do that. So that has to come before this, or what do you call it, Instagram or anything. And actually, as I was saying, like, I love sitting down and doing a little YouTube video because it gives me time just to fucking put all my thoughts out into things that would maybe put in a diary or what have you. Speak to my therapist, they would probably tell me that's a bad idea. But I love doing a little bit of YouTube. But for Instagram at the moment, for me, it feels a little bit like everybody is on the sale. And I've said this before, I've spoken about this before as well. I mean, the new Janessa Myrix palette has launched, and I'm going to say nothing about that. I have spoken about that in another video. It just feels a lot. It feels a lot. And I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. I am going to just curl my eyelashes. These are new tweezers, by the way. I got these from Tweezerman. I had been using different ones. I think I just picked up a little boot set and they were terrible. So I went and got myself a set of Tweezerman again because my Shiseido ones had just seen the end of their days. I'd had them for about 2 or 3 years. And these ones are very, very good. Now, lashes, still absolutely adoring this Tower 28 one. Love it. But I bought this from e.l.f. as well. I picked up a little e.l.f. haul almost. Picked up this too, which is their, is it glitter shadow? They've got 2 types of glitter shadows. This one is a liquid glitter eyeshadow, and then they've got like a liquid metallic eyeshadow, I want to say. This is the glitter one, and it is in Copper Pop, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's actually the shade my mum wore on her wedding day. She bought one as well. I bought one and she bought one. Very, very nice. I'm not putting it on today because I don't need to. But I picked up like a little e.l.f. haul almost, and done like a little full face of e.l.f. over on Instagram as well, because I'd love doing like an affordable Friday on Fridays. Again, something that's a completely fell by the wayside because I just do not have the time. And I picked up this, which is their Lash and Roll, and I feel like this is supposed to be the dupe of, what do you call it, Roller Lash from Benefit. Now I think this is nice. Where's my fucking mirror? I'm trying to do this and I'm miles away from anything. This is nice. What I found, and I've said it before about e.l.f. with using a mascara, the ones are so hard. Like, this is not rubberized, like it's plasticky. And I found that with another mascara that I used from them. I think it was like a volumizing mascara or something, Push Up Lashes or something. And I was like, that is fucking sore on the eyeballs. This one I am more careful with because obviously I had that experience with another one. However, I do feel like as if that's enough for me to think, okay, e.l.f. mascaras are maybe not for me. But see, once I've actually got it on my eyeballs and on my lashes, it is a very, very nice mascara. I just don't love the applicator. I think that the wand itself is a little spiky. It's a little hard. But it's also, what is this, a £9 mascara? Well, let me just tell you, it's a £6 mascara. So, you know, you can't really quibble. I feel like if you were paying £11 or whatever it is for a lot of ones that are out on the drugstore now, just get yourself Maybelline Sky High because it's the best one. But I feel like if you're paying £6, then it is what it is. You've got what you've got. You just have to be more careful around your eyeballs and don't be an idiot like me and stab yourself in the eyeball. I have one eyelash, I swear to God. So the rest of my lashes are fine, and one eyelash that just points down the way. will never go the way that I want it to. Always just straight as anything, does not move, and it's fucking in the way. So lastly, what I'm going to talk about are these blushes from Violette FR, which I think is just France, right? These are bougie. These are very, very nice. And again, this is another brand, a little like Merit, that I feel like everything about it, like the packaging, the sleekness, the simplicity, it's fucking lush. So it is. Wait till I show you the actual component. This is the shade Louise. Oh, it's lovely. It's so pretty. So on the top here, there's like this little face. It's gold. It's gorgeous. And on the bottom, there is a brush to blend with as well. And on the top, the blush is like a marbled blush. Hope you can see that there. Now this one is a relatively neutral colour. I'm going to just swatch this on the back of my hand so you can see it. I feel like Louise is a relatively neutral shade. These are matte blushes, funnily enough, which again, not usually my cup of tea. However, I feel like they still leave an element of some sort of just luminosity to the skin. They're not sheeny, they're not shimmery in any way, shape or form. But see that marble? I don't know if there's just a little something in that that gives a little bit of luminosity to the, I don't know what it is. These are spenny though. These are pricey. This ain't a cheap brand. I am very, very tempted to try out one of their, they've got like eyeshadow cream, liquid eyeshadows, and there's a beautiful like old gold one. There's beautiful kind of plummy purple, electric purple almost, I would say, ones. Very, very nice. But also the Bisou Balm as well for the lips. It looks stunning. However, I'm going to show you something. This one here is Innis, I want to say, and it is a very, very, very pink one. So I'm going to swatch that one next to it. And I think you can probably tell here as well, these are not like high pigment blushes. They can be very easily sheared out to be soft and, like it says, just a natural blush colour. However, the last one I'm going to show you is my favourite one. Aisa, I think it is, because I thought it said Alyssa the first time I read it, but it's an A with the I double dots above it. It's obviously some sort of French, oh, I don't know what that means. You get the E with a little slant above it. Again, that has a name, I don't remember. But Aisa, this one, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is my cup of tea, especially for this time of year. This one is a beautiful, rich berry tone. Look at that. That is just calling my fucking name. And I'm just going to show you. It works gorgeous on the lips too. Absolutely beautiful. It's also very, very comfortable on the lips. For it being a matte blush, it doesn't feel like it's drying in whatever way, shape or form. It feels like a very comfortable, balmy texture on the lips. And it just looks gorgeous. So I am going to put some of this over the top of everything else I've got on my face today, because personally, I just think this is flipping gorgeous. And see what a mustard eye? I love a little bit of a berry tone. I'm going to put a little bit right across the nose there too. I do get where this is coming from. It's that very like chic, French, almost effortless beauty. I get it and I like it. I like it a lot. And especially like, I love colour. I've said this before. I love a little colour. I love like high impact. I love electric blue eyeliner if you want it. And they actually have a new thing out at the moment, which is like a blue pigment. And I think it looks gorgeous. But it's that kind of like makeup that looks cool. It looks chic. It does look effortless. However, it's also just absolutely beautiful and doesn't look too in your face. I love it. It's so pretty. So as I say, not the cheapest of ranges. I'm not going to claim like it is, but I am very tempted to try some more. It's definitely singing off the same hymn sheet as me, and I definitely want to try some more from this brand. Take my clips out because I feel like my fringe all been flattened to within an inch of its life now because I've been talking for so long. Still loving the hair. I am going to, can I find it? No, I don't have it. I was going to put a little lip liner on, but I don't have it to hand, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to pop a little bit more of that Isa on the lips because, oh my god, I just love it. I love the colour. It's so bonny. Will we put on a little bit of all-nighter setting spray as well while we're here? Why the hell not? I have not used this in a very long time. Whoa! Wonder if it'll set my fringe in the right place too. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it. My coffee is almost nearly done. And that's kind of it. That was all the new bits and bobs going on and a little bit of an update of what's happening. And again, like nothing's really happening. I just feel like life gets busy sometimes and you don't have time to do everything that you want to do. So that's the chat at the moment. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it. If I do pick up any more from the Violette France range or Violette France, I will let you know because I do think it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I'm feeling like, see this like little bit of glow that's going on here? I've not put any highlighter on. Is that just the little bit of glossy stretch I've got on, or a little bit of the luminous balm that was on underneath that? I just think for these being matte blushes, they do a beautiful job. They don't look matte. But that's where I'm going to leave this one. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're having a fantastic time in life at the moment. And let me know what you're up to. Do you find this time of year, do you like this time of year? Do you feel like it's like a fresh start? Do you feel like there are not enough hours in the day? Because I very much feel that way at the moment. And let me know how you get round it. How do you split yourself into like fucking 40 different people to get everything done? I would love to know. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it. And I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye.